For thousands of years, people and animals grew up together. Farmers carefully bred cattle, sheep, goats, and poultry, animals that could survive in their landscapes and feed their families. These animals weren't just food. They were part of culture and daily life. But in the last 100 years, industrial farming changed everything. Most farms switched to a few high-producing breeds, while many old ones nearly disappeared. But now, something exciting is happening. Around the world, ancient livestock breeds are making a comeback. They are prized for their toughness, their unique flavors and fibers, and the deep history they carry. In this video, we'll explore why these breeds matter, the stories behind their survival, and why their future could be just as important as their past. Why should we care about bringing back these older breeds in the first place? Let's find out. Today, most of the world's meat, milk, and eggs come from just a handful of modern breeds. That might sound efficient, but it comes with big risks. When animals are too genetically similar, a single disease or a climate disaster can cause huge losses. Heritage breeds help protect against this. They carry unique traits, like the ability to handle heat, survive on rough forage, or resist parasites that modern breeds sometimes lack. Think of them as a safety net for our food system. These older breeds also connect us to culture. Navajo sheep keep alive traditional weaving in the American Southwest. Highland cattle aren't just farm animals. They're part of Scotland's identity and even attract tourists. And let's not forget taste and quality. Many heritage meats, cheeses, and fibers are prized in niche markets. For example, Argentana goats in Sicily produce milk that makes rare, artisanal cheeses, while Icelandic chickens are valued for their colorful eggs and strong mothering instincts. Heritage animals also play a role in the land itself. Some are used in conservation grazing, helping control weeds and restore grasslands while feeding themselves naturally. In other words, they're not just surviving in modern farming. They're helping farms and ecosystems thrive. Cattle breeds. Now that we know why heritage breeds matter, let's meet some of the most fascinating cattle that are making their comeback. When we think of ancient cattle, one image often comes to mind: the shaggy Highland cow from Scotland. With their long horns and thick red coats, they look like they walked out of a storybook. But after World War II, farmers wanted cattle that grew faster and produced more beef. Highland cattle were pushed aside. Today, they're back, not just because of their tasty, lean beef, but also because they thrive on rough land and help keep natural areas healthy. In fact, some conservation programs use them like living lawnmowers to restore grasslands. Plus, tourists love them, making them a symbol of Scotland worldwide. Another ancient breed is the white park cattle from Britain. These striking animals, white with black or red ears and noses, once lived on noble estates and were nearly lost in the 20th century. Some herds were so small, they had only a handful of animals left. Thanks to breed societies and conservationists, white parks survived. Today, they're raised in both the UK and the US. Their beef is prized for marbling, and farmers use them in conservation grazing projects on rough terrain where modern breeds would struggle. Across the Atlantic in Florida, there are the cracker cattle. These are descendants of the very first cows brought to the Americas by Spanish explorers in the 1500s. They're small, quick on their feet, and incredibly tough in hot, humid environments filled with insects. For centuries, Florida cowboys, called cracker cowmen, used them on open ranges. But when ranching modernized, cracker cattle were replaced by bigger beef breeds. By the 1970s, they were nearly gone. Now, thanks to state programs and dedicated ranchers, they're making a comeback. They represent both history and resilience, reminding us of the deep roots of American ranching.